Yep, this is the boxing outlet. What's happening, Captain?
What's going on, young man?
Chilling like a villain. Yeah.
Now, you had asked a question of me on Manager Marty's channel.
Yes, sir.
And I didn't answer it purposely because you asked what I think was a disingenuous answer, the question. And you set it up, and you can come at me how you want. You had already set the precedent when you said, and it was true, Victor Conte had already said he can create steroids, PEDs that are undetectable. Victor Conte said this.
Yeah.
So the question you asked is Victor Conte gave Bud PEDs and then tested them for him when he come up positive?
Yes.
Why would I be a Bud fan and give you that content for your podcast when you already set the question? The question is obvious. If I'm going to give you something that's already designed for to be undetected and then I detect it, why would I say, yeah, he's right, so you can say a Bud fan agree with you?
No, it don't got nothing to do with agreeing with me. It got something to do with, I just want a yes or a no. Now we going to ask the question again because this is how we going to build. If Victor Conte gave Bud undetectable steroids, would he test positive, yes or no?
Well, you know the question is no if it's undetected.
Okay. Now the next...
It didn't make any sense to ask the question in the first place.
Yes, it did. Yeah, because all of...
I'm getting some kind of... Hold up. I'm getting some kind of feedback. I'm trying to figure out how I can not do that. Okay, I stopped. Now, what I was going to say is, if you already told us, and we already heard Victor Conte say, I can give you something that's undetected, and then you ask it again, would it be detected? You know the answer is no, it won't be detected. So the only thing that I can see when you ask that question is, because I've seen podcasters do this, they'll ask the question, and then when they post their little, I'm just learning this stuff, but they'll post their little clips, and the headline will say, Crawford fan agrees that Victor Conte could give Bud PEDs and it wouldn't be detected. So I would be confirming something that we already know Victor Conte said himself could happen.
So why is Bud with Victor Conte then?
That's the problem I have with Bud. See, I believe in Bud because I'm much older than both of y'all. However, I like a lot of his story because it's similar to mine when I was his age and younger. Why he went to Victor Conte, knowing what was going to happen. See, I'm not one of those who's going to cover for Bud, even though I support him. He went to Victor Conte. He should have known this was going to place suspicion on him, which it has. But he doesn't realize the depth of the suspicion and what he's already lost that nobody's talked about yet. What Bud has done by going to Victor Conte is ruin his celebrity. See, he just became a celebrity with this win. So now he's on TV shows. Now he's being asked to interview on all of these different sites. Madison Avenue is starting to look at boxers. They was looking at Tank, but Tank screwed up. Well, I don't know if he screwed up, but it got screwed up because of the domestic violence thing. The last time Madison Avenue came looking at boxers was with Ray Leonard. That's what I boxed a little bit back then, because that's how old I am. What Crawford didn't understand is he didn't know what he was doing again. He should have never came on a podcast, or should have never went on a tweet to say anything back to any of you podcasters, because he still doesn't know how to deal with the public persona. Just like he messed up in the beginning of the negotiations, he didn't know what he was doing then either. We got back around to it, and he definitely still got what he wanted. But now that he's in the spotlight right now, and all of these things are coming to him, there's nobody who's there to tell him, you shut up, do not respond, let us handle this for you. And so right now, you got fans like me who see a bigger picture, But I also understand why he's being criticized about Victor Conte. Victor Conte has ruined many athletes' lives, just like Panama Lewis did by having somebody get killed in the ring. So this is not no delusional Buds fan, but I am a Buds fan, and I have said, if you listen to any of Manager Marty's podcast, long before this fight happened, look on it, he'll tell you, I said Bud would beat Spence easily. And I didn't even know that he was on the snack program at the time. But now that I do, what I do is when I have an argument about anything, I will do research if I don't know enough about it. So when I look at nutrition, I know where it comes from. I know what the snack program is. But it's always going to be stained because Victor Conte has it. So that's where we are on that.
Let me ask you a question. What do Alex Ariza do?
What Alex Ariza do? I know the name, but I forgot what he does.
He's a steroid. He's a steroid dealer, right, like Victor Conte. So Bud was with him before he got with Victor Conte. So people been suspicious about Bud taking them supplements. This ain't nothing new. You see what I'm saying? It's just coming to the forefront so much now because at the end of the day, people just tired of it. But Bud went from, it's just like I say, if a female, you see a female with a pimp over here for a year, and then you see that same female with another pimp on the other side of town, you ain't even got to ask if she a hoe. Because hoes hang with pimps. You dig what I'm saying? They hang with pimps or tricks, one or the other. But in any event, she's a hoe. If you see a nigga hanging with this motherfucker, drug dealer over here, he's selling dope or he using dope. It's one or the other. That's all he hang around. Now you got three people.
I understand.
Yeah. So he went from one drug dealer, convicted felon for giving people PEDs, to another guy convicted of giving people PEDs, and then his coach, you dig what I'm saying, was in the camp with Amir Khan when Amir Khan tested positive for PEDs. So he got three guys, and then they say Cunningham is a paid dealer. So I got to do my research on him, so I'm going to leave him out. But as far as them other three niggas, his coach and his two other strength and conditioning, supposed to be strength and conditioning coaches, come on, man.
See, I don't disagree with your analogy. That's the first thing you got to understand. I don't disagree with all of that. But remember something about boxing. Now, I boxed when I was young. I've been in the game a little bit, and like I said, I'm much older than you. But what I can tell you is, you talked about the three drug dealers that's been around Bud. There is no boxing camp, there's no boxer, there's no promoter, there's no manager that hasn't had around them the same kind of people. Boxing has always been a part of the underworld. That's why Victor Conte called it the red light district. It's not regulated, so you're going to have guys like Victor Conte and so forth around boxing. You got guys who've been to jail. You got guys who've been hustlers. You got guys who've been gangsters. You've been guys who committed fraud that are at the top, the middle, and the bottom of boxing. So I don't fall apart about those who have these shady pasts. I do understand, however, because Bud got the big spotlight. So in today's world, particularly with sports, and someone's thinking that you cheated, oh, you're going to catch some hell for it, regardless of whether you did or not. I understand that. So I'm not saying that your suspicion is wrong. It is right. I'm the one that's going to tell, if I could talk to Bud, if I could ever talk to Bud, there were a lot of things I would have told him not to do because he still, in many ways, does not know what he's doing. So my argument again was, if he gets popped for PEDs or anything else, that's illegal. Today, tomorrow, years from now, whatever pains that comes his way, he'll deserve that.